While the attack is stirring debate around the world, those who survived the raid are recovering. Ken O'Keefe was aboard the Marvi Marmara bringing humanitarian aid to those in Gaza. Instead, as you see here, he was attacked and taken into custody when the Israeli military boarded the flotilla. Earlier, I had a chance to talk to Mr. O'Keefe. Here's part of that interview.
The attitude leading towards Gaza was really very positive, and you know, having been on the first boats that arrived in Gaza on August 23rd of 2008, the Israelis said all the way up to that journey that they would treat us nothing better than pirates, and so you know they threatened to stop us the whole way. I thought on this particular trip that the Israelis would not be so stupid as to attack a ship in which the leadership had said right all the way straight through to the world that we would defend the ship with our bodies. And so it was a bit of a surprise, I have to say, that the Israelis started coming up on the side of the ship. There were about 10, maybe a dozen of the assault boats, the rigid hold inflatables. They came first, but were not able to get on board the ship from the sides. Then the helicopter came. The helicopter came, and it reminded me of my experience in the Marine Corps. They started fast roping down onto the deck of the ship. And it became very clear quickly that you know this was not going to be an easy journey into Gaza, if even we could make it. I think within 2 or 3 minutes, I saw the first dead body, a gentleman who was shot right square in the forehead, and it was apparent from the beginning that this was going to be an attack of lethal force, and it very quickly became, to me, apparent that this was a combat situation, except for we didn't have weapons to defend yourself properly in a combat situation. As I was going from the back of the ship to the top of the ship where the Israeli soldiers were coming down, within about 5 or so minutes, an Israeli soldier fell to the deck, and myself and another brother kept him down on the ground, and I was able to get his 9mm pistol off of him. I took that pistol away. I actually wasn't sure what to do with it to start. I certainly didn't have any intention of using it. If I wanted to use it, I could have easily used that pistol on the soldier, on the commando. His life would have been over very quickly. I know how to use a weapon.
Ken, I want to ask you something else. You know, we were just covering a resolution that was introduced by Congressman Brad Sherman calling for the arrest and prosecution of Americans like yourself who were on the Gaza flotilla. What do you make of it? I mean, you're an American citizen. You were assaulted, as you say, by the Israelis, and yet you're the one that should face arrest and prosecution when you come home to the States.
This is like Orwellian doublespeak. You know, the terrorist is the peacenik, and the peacenik is the terrorist. I will hearken back to Mahatma Gandhi and this gentleman who introduced this legislation, fool that he is. Tell me, do you respect Mahatma Gandhi? How many people in the West believe they know Gandhi and respect him? The truth is that Gandhi said between cowardice and violence, he would advise violence. He said very clearly that it would be best for the people of India to defend themselves and use violence rather than sit back and act like cowards and allow the British colonial power defile them and abuse them and murder them in every way. What we did was transport critically needed cargo to a desperately impoverished population of people who have been imprisoned for several years now, including 800,000 plus children who've done nothing wrong. We were taking cargo to that population, and we defended that cargo ourselves, and we defended justice and peace, human rights and public international law, attacked in international waters. So this idiot who's introducing legislation sounds like just another brainwashed stooge of the Israeli Zionist system, which is sadly a hallmark of the American government as a whole.